Hey guys, it's Mo. So today I want to do a video for you on how I film, like what my filming setup is. So I guess this is going to be like part 2 to my how to film videos with your iPhone. I film videos with my iPhone right now. You're on my iPhone. I actually have you on a tripod thing because I didn't want to hold the camera and I don't really have a selfie stick. I think I got one for Christmas, but I don't know where it is. So I have you on a little like mini gorilla tripod. So I'm gonna show you what I do, and I'm in my living room because that's where I film. So I'm in my living room right here, and I will leave a living room tour down below. You can see I got my nugget bug right here, and I got my couches and everything going on, and I got some stuff that needs to be hauled that I'm actually setting up to film right now, some shoes, some bills, a little family picture right there. So this is my filming setup. I film on my coffee table. I have 2 of these lights here. I'm actually going to turn it off. I have 2 of these lights. This is a clamp light. My little nugget bug is in the background. This is a clamp light that I got in the like construction or the home, what would you call it, like the hardware section of Walmart. It comes with a metal reflector dome on it, which you could totally use. I just took it off and I think I threw it away so I don't have it. And you get the socket part here. I don't remember if you get light bulbs in it, but this does not come with it. This is a daylight bulb from Walmart, I believe, as well. I will leave the wattage and whatnot linked down below. I'm not sure if I can see it on here. No. I don't remember what it is, and you can see our little dude in the background too. I don't remember what it is, but basically this is, I talked a little bit about this. This is what I had in my DIY softbox. I had it on this tripod here, but I had this light in my DIY softbox that I had before, and it's a, I don't know how many Kelvin it is. That's the temperature of the bulb. It's pretty much a bright white daylight bulb. So you can see it's really bright. And when you come over here to my little filming setup, it makes this poster board, there's a bunch of shadow because I have a whole bunch of lights on, this poster board seem pretty white. So I have the 2 lights set up on either side of my filming area. And I actually stream to my Apple TV, and this is really super weird, so I can see what I'm doing when I am looking down, when the camera's looking down on my area. So like, let's pretend this is a planner right here. So that's my iPad. So pretty much this is the view that I see when I have my tripod set up, and I actually have one of my old phones in the tripod. I got this tripod off of Amazon. You do kind of have to fiddle with it to get the legs out of the frame, but I just set it over. This is a white poster board that I got. It's foam core that I got from Dollar Tree, and I just set it up as the background. The lights work perfectly on it, and I just set it up as the background, film over it, use my tripod, stream to my Apple TV so I can see what's going on my, make sure I'm in frame and whatnot, and I just use the zoom on my camera to zoom in and out. And so yeah, that's a basic setup. So that's the basic setup of how I film my Plan With Me videos. It's much similar when I am filming a like makeup video or like a face-to-face video. I have my lights up on either side. Her toys are in the background. I have my lights up on either side, and I just set the tripod in the middle and I film that way. I also want to show you in this video how I edit my Instagram photos and the photos for a thumbnail. So what I do is I leave the lights on and I take a picture, an overhead picture against the white background of the poster board that I use, and use that as my thumbnail. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. Okay, so since I'm filming on my phone, I can't really show you on my phone what I do to edit my thumbnails and my Instagram pictures. So this is my iPad. These are the apps that I use most of the time to edit my photos. I have a few favorites. So the first favorite that I had that I used to use a lot was Afterlight. Before Afterlight, I used Snapseed, then I used Afterlight, and now I use a Color Story. I like all 3 of these. I'm going to show you a Color Story today because I think this is a really cool app to use. So I took this picture of my layout for, or a thumbnail for a, oops, that's not the picture I took. Hang on. So I took this picture as the thumbnail for the video I'm going to film about the Mambi Happy Planner student planner, like an academic planner, I guess. And you can see it's still pretty white. I'm not sure if you can tell, but over here is a little bit of darkness. It's also not in the format for a YouTube thumbnail. They are 16:9, that's the ratio. So I go to the crop here and type in 16:9. So you need to make sure when you're taking a picture that you leave a lot of white space so that you can get the main part of the image that you want to display as your thumbnail in the center of the video, or the center of the thumbnail. You can, you know, crop it down a little bit if you want, if I can get it to crop down, and, you know, have it be like that or something. I like to have it be automatic. Let's see here. Automatically the width or whatnot of the photo. So I'm going to hit continue. The filters that I like to use are part of the essentials line, and this is the free one. I use the filter light bright, and that just brightens it up a little bit. I drag it down. You can see how light it gets. I drag the filter effect down so it's not too much. That just gives it a little bit more brightness. And then I use the on lock one. If I feel like the background is a little bit too yellow, it kind of balances out the yellow of the background if my lighting isn't that great, or if I've taken a really quick photo. And then I just hit this check mark, and then I hit done. And for the most part, that could be the finished thumbnail. I'm actually going to open Facetune here. I like this app, Facetune, for if anything is not white in your background. I don't know why my pictures aren't showing up here. I'm hoping this one, I'm going to use the maximum size here. I'm hoping this shows up. So you can see some darkness over here. I like to use this whiten effect here. It's supposed to be for whitening your teeth, but if something isn't, the background isn't white, I will take my finger and just whiten up the background. And I learned this trick from, I believe, the Chicky Doo behind Carolina's Crafts. I'm hoping you can see that. And you just take your finger and run it all around the background, and you have a perfectly white background. It's erasing, you can see it's a bit darker over here, it's erasing the cruddy background. It's kind of brightening it up. So you just take your finger all around the image until you've whitened up the background. You know, you could sit and do this whole little image. It doesn't really take that long. Anytime I have a picture of makeup on my vanity or on my makeup storage on Instagram, I've run it through this filter. I have, or run it through Facetune to whiten up the background, because I don't set up my giant lights when I am going to take a picture of the makeup that I'm wearing for my like face of the day pictures. I don't do that because I'm on the way running out the door. So I don't do any other filters except for whiten up the background this way, and that really brings the true colors out without overlaying filters that might dull or change the color of any swatches or whatnot. So, whoops, I just did a line there. So if we take the button here, you can see the before and the after and how white that's gotten, and you just keep playing with it until you have everything around, and you don't have to worry about getting too precise with it. I haven't found that it has gone into my image or anything, so you can see how white that's gotten. There's something on my screen protector right there, so you can see how bright white that's gotten in just a few steps. If you do accidentally go in to your whatever you took a photo of, like I just did there, you can use the erase and go back and take it away, and then bring the whiten back up. I love Facetune for that, because you can see how white this section is right here and how gross and like dark it was before. That's great if you have lighting, like the lighting's not coming in evenly from both sides or from above. You can kind of use this to whiten up the background. I highly suggest picking up a white poster board from the Dollar Tree. I mean, I have like 6 of these in my closet. If they get crappy or messed up, I just go buy another one. They're $1 from the Dollar Tree. So that is the app I use to whiten the background. That's the app that I use to color correct if I feel necessary. You could just do the whiten the background thing. I like to color correct a little bit, just to give the photo a little bit more of like an oomph kind of thing. So the next app I use is actually Fonto. And this is one of my favorite apps for overlaying. It's a text overlay app. So I go here and I open a photo, So this is the finished edited photo for a thumbnail for a video. I don't want to overlay any filters. You can if you want. That's not what I want to do. I hit done. And it's going to bring in my thumbnail. I go over here to the 3 lines. I type add item. And I use one of these guys. Usually I use the square box here to overlay a little bit. I change the width of it. Maybe the height a little bit. And then I add some text. And I always do caps lock, and I use a certain font. There's a whole bunch of different fonts that you can choose from to make your, there's even more here. That was under my favorites. To make your own like branding or whatnot. So if you use a font on your blog or that you're just keen on a certain font, you can use this, you can match it here. You can even upload your own fonts. I don't remember how to do that, but I will leave my blog post on Fonto down below, and I'll also leave a link to the website where you can learn how to upload your own fonts. I think you have to do it through iTunes or whatnot. So I just do that. I keep it in uppercase and I type in like planner tour. That's not the font I normally use. Let's see here. That was my dog's tummy. Did you just hear that? So I could type in like planner tour, and you go over here. I'm going to change the size and make it smaller. I'm going to go to style and turn the text to white and make it, you can even use the little button there, and then tap again, add text, Mambi academic planner. Whoops. Do whatever you want. You can even, under style, change the spacing. So if you want the letter spacing to be a bit wider, you can make it wider, that kind of thing. So now it's a little bit wider. And then you just hit the save button and save the image. And you can also mail it to yourself. Usually I mail it to myself. And when you do mail it, so let's do here, mail. When you do mail it, I think it's going to prompt you to send at a certain ratio. When you upload to YouTube, it's not going to take the full size here that like a full size image that you just photographed. You need to send to because it's so many megabytes is the limit. This makes complete sense, I know. There's so many on megabytes, that is the limit for your custom thumbnail, and the actual size of this image is much greater than that limit. So I just email it to myself. If I can spell thumbnail. And then when you hit send, oh, it sent it by itself. Usually it will ask for actual size, medium, or large. I will select the medium size, and that's great for uploading. I do the same thing when I'm going to edit my Instagram photos, if I'm going to overlay text, if I'm going to make a white background, if I'm going to change the filter a little bit. That's the reason why I like a color story, because the actions and the filters in this app, and this isn't a paid sponsored app thing or anything, this is just an app I really like, they're natural. They are just a slight tint, just a change of a little bit of color. You can even go in, I'm going to click that one, you can even go in under tools and adjust and edit curves on here if you're a pro like that. There's a whole bunch of control you can have over an image in this app. So I love Color Story for doing quick things. If you want to, I suggest downloading Afterlight, because you can set your own presets. So you can go here and go to Fusion, and I have a few that I've already made, but you just hit this plus button and you go through and pick whatever kind of over or filters that you want, and you just keep adding the layers, and it'll make your own sort of like Photoshop action. So let's see here. Okay, we can go to this. I don't think I have discard the Fusion I was working on. So like this is one I have for my blog. It changes the color to that, or this is a different one. you know, that I've made already. That's the original. Action 1 is this. You know, so it's going to apply the same sort of filters every time. You'd have to make sure that you're taking it in the same light and things like that. Snapseed is another one that has a lot of control. It's a little bit different than the other ones in that you have what I used to do is go selective and add brightness. So sometimes my corner would be too dark or whatnot, and so I would brighten it up. And I could do that wherever I felt that there wasn't enough brightness, and then save that. You can also edit a whole bunch of stuff, add different filters. There's a healing, transform, tune image. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can play with in Snapseed. So that's another one that I recommend. I believe Snapseed is free. A Color Story is free. There's things you might have to sign up for. Afterlight, I think, is free. Honestly, I don't know. Dropbox, I use Dropbox to upload video, and I also use my little thumb drive device, like as an external hard drive for my iPhone, to store video when I'm done with it, or when I still need to edit it but I need to film more. I also use PicFrame to make my collage photos for Instagram, but also for my thumbnails. I'll change the ratio to 16:9 and choose something. Usually I choose something like this, and then you can move the bars here, add your photos. I usually take the width down to nothing, so there's no width between any of the photos, and then I save that. Would save this. I would open it in another app. Where'd it go? Which I would open it in Fonto, and it's just going to be a blank thing, and it would be in Fonto, and I would just add some text to it, blah, blah, blah. Here's my thumbnail, and then I would go here, and I would mail it to myself. And so then you do have to upload your thumbnail from online of YouTube. I've only found a way to do it on the desktop version of YouTube, but you can save these photos to your camera roll and use them for Instagram or whatnot. So that's kind of an overview of how I edit my Instagram photos, edit my thumbnail photos, how I film my Plan With Me setups, and how you can get brighter backgrounds in your Plan With Me photos or just photos of your planner. I highly suggest getting a Dollar Tree whiteboard. You can get tripods. I have a really expensive tripod over here, and then I have a cheapo tripod over here that I got at Walmart for like $19. The one that holds my camera I got on sale from Amazon for really cheap, and the clamp light was about, I got 2 of them, they're about $10 each, I believe. These bright lights are a little bit more expensive, but this is a total like DIY kind of thing. You don't have to have $1 million or buy soft boxes or anything. You totally can, but I want things now, so I find a way to like rig it up so it works for me. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If you found it helpful, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and share and subscribe. I know it was kind of a weird video. I hope this made sense to you all. I'm going to leave my Snapchat and my Twitter and my Instagram handle here, so I hope you all will follow me there. I will talk to you on my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.